How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here and welcome to today's stream and of course video if you're watching this afterwards, which you can always do, especially if you haven't already kind of seen some of the gameplay and you're watching this back in the future. But today we have, of course, the new season on World of Tanks, and we're going to be covering all of the content live so you guys can see all of the different tanks. Of course, we have a video on the Centauro 45T, which is the season rank 100 reward for the battle pass and season pass that you can obviously get within the game, and it's right here. So obviously we've been able to be lucky enough to get kind of some of the rental tanks from Wargaming themselves, which is really handy, and that allows us to do reviews like this. But yeah, I mean, if you've seen my video on this tank, I wasn't particularly the most fond of it, but I certainly was fond of the new Cold War Premium, which is the 30B to Forad, which is of course the ultimate season pass reward, and you should be able to actually get this in game right now if you haven't already. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing both of these out on stream. You guys should get a good opinion of them, and yeah, it should be a good one, and we'll test out some of the other vehicles that are part of the season pass as well, so I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into a game in this vehicle, which is the auto-reloading tank, and of course the single shot as well. But welcome, Canadian. I hope you're having a great day. I'm doing fantastic so far. Of course, we'll be looking at some of the new season content, hence the title. We're looking at all of the new things that have came in, and going to be playing a ton of different game modes, and that including Cold War as well, because I've been really enjoying the new tank too. But we are playing the Centauro 45T as a single shot first, because I want to dispel a few kind of things that maybe aren't necessarily maybe I didn't lay them out good enough in the video where we did it on this specific tank. But yeah, it should be a good one, and maybe we'll even jump into some custom games as well during the next few hours when we're streaming, because they've of course got the new custom games map, which has been updated since we last saw it. So yeah, we'll be jumping into the custom games for sure, Rocky. But of course, one of the key things that I found with this tank is that it isn't particularly the nicest one. So yeah, I mean, my problem with this tank is that it's just so bad in so many different areas, and that, you know, when you've grinded all the way to season rank 100, you'd hope for something okay, and I think that this is a very mediocre vehicle, and quite possibly the worst tier 10 medium, since it's not really a medium. It's kind of more of a heavy / medium hybrid, but doesn't really get that much armor either way. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what you guys actually think about these tanks. Thank you. Yeah, it should be a good one, and let me know what you think about this if you've seen it, or if you've played it, or whether you think maybe I was just hating on it a little bit too much. But yeah, I mean, like you say there, Antonio, if it could go hold down, then it would be somewhat usable. It'd feature something else that the Progetto doesn't, and yeah, I feel like it would be a little bit better. But you can't really go hold down in this thing, because its armor just isn't that good. Welcome, Bren, as well, and welcome, Anton, too. But yeah, I just found this tank to be a little bit lackluster. And of course you can still have good games. I'm not going to say that you can't have good games in this tank, because you definitely can. But it definitely isn't my favourite for sure. And I think that there are definitely other better medium tanks that you can get for free that aren't going to have to cause you pain of grinding through the season pass. So yeah, that's kind of my kind of review of the tank. I mean, it doesn't have the worst damage per minute when you're using the single shot, but I mean, like, you could get way better damage per minute if you were picking something else, and you don't actually sacrifice anything else to really do that. But you can see here, picked up 1600, and yeah, I mean, it's okay. It seems slower when it should be better. yeah, I mean, it feels kind of sluggish as well. That was one of my things. Like, it's not necessarily slow, but it definitely isn't particularly that fast, and it takes ages to get up to top speed in this thing. So that's another thing that I found a little bit tedious when playing it. We actually got kind of lucky to bounce. So we're running it with the single shot now. We'll be running it with the auto reloader as we go through, so that should be good. But yeah, I just found this tank a little bit lackluster for the most part. But yeah, in my opinion, still a okay tank. I know that people will probably still have good games in it, as I'm sure that I can get a good games in this thing. It's just, it was a little bit disappointing in terms of the tank. But I would rather see something like this than a broken AVRE like we had last time. So at least we have got that. Anyway, welcome Daniel, welcome Charlie. It's nice to see you in the chat, and Kyle. So of course Redshire, probably a pretty decent map for this tank, considering the fact that, you know, at least you can get hold down sometimes, and you can have some pretty good gun depression when you get on a ridge line, albeit you know, it's not particularly the most well, the best. But I don't know what this Object 257 is doing here, but of course the problem with that tank is it's just a pain to pen in the side. In all of what is my favourite tank? In all the world of tanks, my favourite tank is probably the AVRE. I'm only joking. No, it's probably something like the TVP T5051, or like a medium, the FV4202, or something like of that ilk, because I just prefer faster mediums, good kind of fire rates and stuff like that, as opposed to the slower tanks. So yeah, the TVP T50, really good autoloader, and definitely a tank that I would pick if you were after a autoloader than something like this, which I know they're not exactly the same because this has an auto reloader, but yeah, still I would much rather use the FV4202, because you also get the fact of being able to use the actual bonuses of having HESH rounds when you're using the FV4202 as well. And welcome Canadian Highlander, thank you for joining the channel as an expert as well, thank you very much. The equivalent of, like, you know, the Twitch sub, so thank you very, very much for that, really do appreciate it. Yours is probably the IS-7, IS-4 or Type 5. Yeah, what tanks do you guys like? It seems like you quite like the heavy tanks, like the ones with really good thick armor by the looks of it. Hey, I played tanks, did not like it. M60 is my favourite medium. Yeah, for sure. There are, in my opinion, definitely better mediums than this one. But, I mean, you know, you can still have good games. I mean, 4k damage in this thing is not awful. It's not mind-blowing, though. And, yeah, I mean, I can guarantee there's going to be a ton of people that do 8k damage, you know, 7k damage in this thing. But in order to be consistent, and also with the majority of players having a less than, I think it's like a 48% win rate or something like that, this tank is not very new player friendly, or someone that is like maybe less experienced. And of course, people who buy the season pass, the majority of players on the game are more casual, so they're going to find it very boring, and it's not even very novel either. It's not like it's particularly that novel to the point where it's going to be that much better. But yeah, either way, still enjoyable, and I mean, I'm not going to complain all too much. Not a bad game there, but yeah, we'll give some Cold War games as well. So if you're interested in Cold War, you don't have to jump away just yet, because we're basically covering everything. We'll also have a look at the custom games map. I'll set up a custom games lobby at some point during the stream, so you can stay tuned and you can jump into that as well. So just stick around, and hopefully that'll be good, and you'll enjoy that too. But let's have a look at the auto reloading version of this tank. I mean, just not a particular fan of it. I just don't think that the benefit is really there, and you just the damage per minute just sucks. But yeah, it is what it is. Your favourite tank is the UDES 03. I don't mind that tank, you know. I'm not particularly that much of a fan of the Swedish tank destroyers, but it's not too bad. I need to go down that tech tree line. It is one that I'll be doing this year, so I've got a few tech tree lines that I need to do to like finish up the World War II grind, and then we'll probably actually start looking at getting a lot more of the Cold War tanks. I'm not going to be saying that I'm going to be doing a ton of Cold War, but yeah, it'd be nice when we finally finish up with all of the World War II tech tree vehicles. I'm sure there'll be tons more premiums, but you know, that is what it is. Hello, Leo. It's nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, so Centauro. I don't know whether to play the mid-ridge. I mean, it's probably not the best idea. I feel like if you have kind of bad DPM, you're going to get caned over here. Oh, no. As well as the fact that you have to deal with things like the machine. Good morning, by the way, Zero. It's nice to see you in here. The other thing with this is, like, you see there, the TVP could have got off nearly all of its shells against us. We literally fired one. Like, it could literally get 3 shells off in the same time it takes us to get one more off. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of the intricate reload of this. In World of Tanks, Blitz player, and this tank in Blitz is not that good. Yeah. How far did I get through the Mastery event? That is a interesting question. I actually don't think I got very far, to be honest with you. I think I probably only did. As if the Cobra is See, this is the terrible thing about this. I think I maybe got like 400 points or something. Maybe I actually completed the Mastery event. I think I'm thinking of the other one. I can't remember what it's called. Like the big long operation that I was looking at. That's probably ended now, right? It's so dangerous being up here. What tanks would you recommend for a long-time player? Would you recommend the Super Conqueror? The Super Conqueror is really, really good. But I'd start thinking about tanks that maybe require a little bit more knowledge. Maybe things like autoloaders, like they're really good. T57 Heavy, TVP T5051. They're something kind of new, something different, and they're not usually the first tanks that people go for because, of course, they're not particularly forgiving at the beginning when you first start playing World of Tanks because, you know, they are, as they are, a little bit more difficult to make work. So it was definitely something that I did, and I found it so much better when I did, and I really enjoyed those tanks actually. And they're like rewarding when you play them as well, which is really, really good. So I'd definitely go with things like TVP. I mean, even things like the 50B. They're all tanks that are cool. The FV4202 is a good medium tank. Needs a bit more knowledge of weak points and stuff because, of course, you don't get premium rounds in that tank, but the premium rounds that you do get are Hesh rounds, which deal more damage, and so if you can be good in that, really, really nice. So yeah. It was a good question, actually, because I very rarely see that many people talk about tanks for players that have been playing for a while. Usually it's like new tanks or new tech tree lines. So yeah, it was an interesting one. Thanks for bringing that one up. I think we're taken out. That's where this tank is kind of sucks. We have to go. He's fired. Is he tracked or something? Good afternoon, DJ. I swear everyone's been a bit. It must be the morning for like 99% of people. Oh, we're gonna get taken out because I don't have to aim. Oh no, actually got kind of lucky there. Alright, hopefully the people in the town will push up because we're gonna get nailed in the back. I need to get rid of this guy. Yeah, so this is where it is kind of just sucks, because as soon as you start reloading, now I've got a worse reload than the T125. There's not a lot that you can really do. We are getting kind of lucky though, which is kind of nice. Did he just pen me on the move over the top of that? Must have hit the turret, because you know, hold down, definitely great. Will I learn how to pronounce correctly pronounce the name of the Israeli tanks? Probably not. I am maybe not the best person for that, but I will try my best if someone outlines it. So that was kind of my impression of that tank. Not particularly the most fun. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion on the Centauro, and of course we'll probably jump back in it later on. So yeah, we can jump back in it. Obviously, you guys will probably request certain things, so I'm more than happy to play basically any tanks that that I have later on in the live stream. So yeah, it should be good. But let's jump into this, because this tank right here, there's going to be a video tomorrow on this vehicle, because I actually loved this tank. And I don't play Cold War, but yeah, it was so amazing to actually play, because it gives you you have to think a little bit more with this as opposed to some of the other tanks. I mean, I'm looking at the FE4211, for example, but this is actually really, really good. Because you have that little minigun, which obviously is it doesn't do a lot of damage if you're at the front or the sides of tanks, but if you come around the back, it can be really, really nice. So you kind of have to be a proper support tank, and then at the end of the game kind of go in and you can get extra damage in between your reloads, which is super, super nice, and you can kind of maximize that way. Hi everyone, Eclipse. Really enjoy your videos, and especially your live streams. I learn a lot. Well, thank you very much, T-Bear. I appreciate you sticking around and watching. Hey, how's it going today? Yeah, today's actually really good. I'm kind of hyped to play World of Tanks. I feel like I'm in a good mood. I've drank some water. Definitely don't drink enough water 90% of the time. So yeah, I'm feeling alert and awake, and hopefully should be a good stream. Because yeah, I'm enjoying playing World of Tanks console again. It's been a while since I've been stoked to play and kind of grind through tech trees. Obviously, I mean, I've been producing content on the game for I don't know, 2.5 years constantly, and I mean that's probably why you've seen a little bit of a break recently, is just because I was feeling a little bit burnt out. But yeah, I'm definitely back in the game now. One thing I don't like about this tank is that you have to fire the premium rounds, which kind of sucks, especially considering it's a premium tank, because the standard rounds are heat, so it's not particularly the best. Of course we missed. Wondering if Cold War will add more coaxial machine guns. Yeah, I think that they will. I think it's a good... I mean, I can show you here. Hopefully we can pen this guy. So, I mean, not a lot of damage, obviously, but at least you can reload, you can do something, you can try and track someone at the same time. So, I mean, I've got no problems with it. I don't know how I'm bouncing off a BMP, but apparently so. Because the BMP also has it, doesn't it? I think. Bouncing off of everything. There we go. so far. Really good. I mean, I've bounced off of absolutely everything and anything. But hopefully we can win. I need to aim. Oh, this guy has a missile. Oh, that's a real shame. And that's why I like having the minigun, because we could actually track him there. And obviously, it's going to have a bit of a pain when it comes to trying to YOLO. Granted, I could have taken a lot of damage if we got missiled there, which wouldn't have been good. Oh, of course. Luckily we escaped. I think we're going to have to use the Magash. The machine gun is good for scaring people. It certainly is, Greg Sausage Roll. It's as good at scaring people as a Greg Sausage Roll is good at scaring people. No. This is why I don't like this tank. There's not a lot I can do. Speaking of coax, are there any scenarios where the coaxial 75mm on the E100 Type 5 are kind of useful? I feel like on... They probably are, but I just do not use them because I feel like it's kind of a skill to know when to use it, to be honest. And it is difficult to get the right kind of time. But definitely, I mean, if you've just started playing World of Tanks, it's probably a very good time to actually get it because you're not used to not using them, which means obviously you're going to have a better time, hopefully. Than players like me who've been playing for way too long and are stuck in their ways of playing. So normally I just have standard ammo when I'm using the machine gun, but you can pick an ammo type for sure. So you can pick like premium. I don't know if they have premium. I know on the E100 you do, but on this tank I have no idea. I don't know. I think they're just both, one's HE, one's standard rounds, so I don't think there's much difference in that regard. So yeah, I don't think that there's really anything. This is where having that machine gun is like super nice, because you can get extra damage in between shells. Hi Otney, thanks for your videos. Could you explain how to deal with the AVRE? I bounce so often. We can have a look in the garage. I'll just quickly show you. But unfortunately, console don't have the ability to like look around in the garage, which kind of sucks a little bit. Like you don't have a cursor, so I can't like point on certain things. I mean, if I use the mouse and keyboard on console, which I'm sure I could probably do, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, kind of sucks. But yeah, I'll show you where the AVRE's weak points are, because I'm pretty sure there's so many people that do not know about where the AVRE's weak points are, and it is just an annoying tank to pen. So you can actually shoot the upper plate, because usually you're above this thing. So you see like where that like guardrail, if you basically just hit above the plow, you can pretty much pen this thing every time. Obviously in the center of the lower plate you can pen, but it does have that spaced armor on the left and right where it's kind of like the what holds up the plow, which is a pain. And of course, as soon as it's side scrape, you can literally just pen through the track, basically. So you want to aim at the front track and you'll pen it if it starts to angle, and if it over angles, you'll just basically pen it everywhere. And then the turret is just the cupola, or if you've got stupid pen, you could just go straight through the turret. But that's pretty much the AVRE. It's a very whistle-stop tour of it, but it's kind of as good as you can get, really, without giving like a specific gameplay example, I guess. But yeah, how are you guys feeling on the season? Are you kind of interested with the season, how it's going? Both for people live and obviously if you're watching this in the future. But yeah, Canadian. I like the AVRE and I'm not ashamed. I think everyone likes the AVRE when they're playing it, but maybe not when they're getting pumped by it. I don't mind it. I think it's just an annoying tank, because my point is I can deal with the fact it has 1400 because it has to pen you, blah blah blah. There's the FE 4005 that can do the same thing. So I don't really have that much of a problem with like the alpha, but what is annoying is that it's a medium that's fast, that has armor and can splash anything in the game for 500, and it's not an easy pen for the most part. So like even when you're fully aiming, like the weak points are kind of hard to hit, so if you get RNG go against you, you can't pen it like an FE 4005, and you can't pen it like an FE 215B183. I mean, like, it's kind of just annoying. But yeah, that's kind of how I viewed the tank. New season is lackluster. The only thing that I enjoy is the tank you're playing now. Yeah, that's kind of my same thing. I found this tank is actually the best of the team. Season. What am I on about? Team. Yeah, I've been playing World of Tanks for 10 minutes too long. Uh-oh. But yeah. No, I enjoy this tank. I actually was very refreshed when I found out how kind of OP the little coaxial machine guns are in World of Tanks. Or Cold War. I was pleasantly surprised. Oh, I think we should get our next shot off and then kind of... We'll swap to the normal round because I hate the heat. 4005 Era 1 also broken. Yeah, I've not actually played that, but I have heard from so many different people that is just absolutely disgusting. Uh-oh. That didn't look very fun for that guy. You set him on fire, which probably didn't help. Good thing with the coax is also you can get assistance damage. So like if you want to get a little bit more tracks or stuff like that, it's quite nice. Yeah, I think most people are in the same boat as you. Like they find the season a little bit lackluster, not particularly insane, not bad, nothing like too outrageous or anything like that. Hey Eclipse, how do you stay motivated while grinding for the tech trees? As I'm almost at my first tier 10 and I feel a little like the grind is a bit stressful. Oh, trust me, the grind is definitely stressful sometimes, especially when you find like some really awful tanks, and there are a ton of them in World of Tanks. So there is definitely moments where you'll hate it, but there's also, as you go through and you start to learn the game and you manage to get some more XP boosts and stuff like that, you'll actually find you grind through the tech tree faster. It becomes a lot more kind of fluid. It's not as annoying to do as maybe it was when you first start and get your first tier 10. So that's always nice. I always enjoy that. Oh, we're about to get pumped. Yeah, not a lot we can do there. I was kind of hoping this other mediums would have come in as well when they saw the guy YOLOing behind. I knew he was coming in, but yet again, I should always remember you can't rely on the team. Did they nerf the tech tree FV 4005 then in Cold War? Because I've not stayed up to date with it. I'm assuming that they must have done, right? because it was absolutely cracked at the beginning. I don't even know where it is. Is it not in? Oh, is it further down? I'm being an idiot. Yeah, because this thing was like super fast, right? And it was accurate. And obviously you could just snipe in the back, in a bush somewhere, and get away with it. So yeah, I'm not a massive fan of the season. Rewards, that sort of stuff. It was decent, but it wasn't particularly outrageously good. I don't know if I've got this tank, you know. I will try and see if I've got it, because it could be a good one to show. But I do have it. Nice. So we can jump in it. I'll put some equipment so you guys can see what this the rank 75 reward is, which is another Patton. There, surprise, surprise, we get another Patton. But yeah, I never know really what to run on this. Like, you're gonna go for the E4 as your first tank destroyer. Yeah, it's a decent one. It's definitely one of the top tank destroyers, especially for like a newer player. Definitely is like a first tank destroyer. The M48. Right, what have we? Surprised we don't have a general Patton commander. We probably do we? I actually have no idea. There are so many. You should see how many commanders I have in the garage. It's actually very disgusting. Also, what do you think about this one? This, I don't know how you... you know what I'm on about. There must be a ton of commanders, right? I don't even know. I've got too many. Let's put some premium in this. I have no idea. This could be awful, you know. There we go. She's thicker than a Snickers. Oh dear. Yeah, there was definitely a lot of frowning going on when it came out. I was like, what the... I was like looking through the trailer being like, oh, okay, this looks kind of cool. This looks cool. This is alright. That's okay. What is that? When I saw the commander, I was like, what the hell? Yeah, it was definitely off-brand, I think. I don't quite know what was going on. Maybe they were enjoying doing their job at Wargaming HQ. A little bit too much, maybe. Oh, right. I'm never sure about what to do on vineyards. I always do the same thing, I feel like. I always love replying to emails. It's always the funnest thing. Right, what do we do here? Sit back, relax. Always like spotting the cross here. Right, you can do it so easily. What's my favourite Cold War tank? that would definitely be the Leopard 1A1. Or, actually, so far, I'm really enjoying the AMX-30B2. Like, that is honestly... I think it might even pip the Leopard 1A1 in terms of the one that I enjoy. I just absolutely love that tank, you know. I think it's kind of cool because it's got something else that a lot of the tanks don't have, which is obviously the machine gun, which is cool. I got absolutely wrecked. Unless they put them back up for sale. Oh, I guess that means when the season ends, there's in reality no way to get those tanks anymore. Usually they do actually sell the tanks later down the line, like they have done it on previous seasons, but I'm not entirely sure if that is a guarantee, if you know what I mean. Like, they have done it in the past. I have no idea if that's going to be the case in the future, because obviously Wargamer are entitled to do what they want. But yeah, I mean, in the past they've sold the tanks again, which would make sense. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't do it. It just allows people that haven't played the season to get the tank, I guess. And obviously Wargaming make money off of a tank that they've already like kind of done the work for, I guess. So it's kind of a double-edged win for them. This is why I like tanks like this. High damage per minute. As if we penned the AT-15. Managed to get lucky and go through the mantler. Oh, this guy, he's not stupid, you know. He actually tried blind firing. Come on. It's definitely going to be there still. Can we pen the lower plate? No. Trying to do the grind on the Leopard tech tree, but it's a work in progress. Yeah. I've recently finished off the Leopard because obviously you've got the. I'm assuming, I don't know if you're talking about the Leopard in Cold War or if you're talking about the World War II, but they're both very, very similar tanks. I mean, maybe the Cold War version in the end ends up being like more of a main battle tank, as opposed to the traditional medium that it is with absolutely no armor. I'm getting penned by Artie, I can guarantee it. Yeah, there we go. Look at this little Artie. He's coming for me. Can't believe it. Right. Please don't get me. I have no armor. I'm just a little terrible tier 8 medium. Please just leave me alone. This is why Artie is just disgusting with the new hit points. I have to hit that tank literally 5 times to take him out. This is what HE was made for. Oh no, I'm an idiot. What have we got at the back? Uh-oh, it's a Ferdinand. Yikes. That is not a fun tank. Oh, of course the HMH went for him instead. As if we missed. Oh well, you can only do what you can do. What is definitely enjoy the new one. I play a bit different than you with it. I'm a bit more aggressive and try to single out the guys who overextend and get in behind them with the machine gun. Yeah, I mean, it takes kind of a bit more of like a thoughtful process, I feel like. You can't just like YOLO in like you might with some of the other vehicles in the game. Which is nice because I feel like you shouldn't get rewarded for YOLOing in the game. But I mean, that was the M48A2 pattern. It's pretty much like a tier 8 pattern. It's not particularly that much better, but it's definitely decent enough to kind of make it work a little bit. And I enjoy playing it as well. So it's just not particularly that meta or like competitive, I guess, if you were to look at it. So yeah, I don't know. Right, let's jump back in. Because I am enjoying. I need the silver, to be honest with you guys. I'm pretending like I'm a Cold War player for this stream, but I am just genuinely poor on World of Tanks. Because, you know, poor man Eclipse has to buy all of the tanks. Oh look, we got the new map as well. I knew we'd get it. Right. Serene Coast. I don't think this map is particularly great for being on Cold War, to be honest with you guys. The map is good on World War II because it was designed for that, but with Cold War, like, God, I feel like it's just going to be horrible. I did play it on stream in the Wargaming stream. I don't know if you guys were there or not. But that was an interesting stream. We streamed with Ricky and Ricky Tikitave and of course T-Kane as well for the official World of Tanks stream for the season launch, which was interesting. Yeah, I didn't really have good games. Bam, I have RAM build on the E50M. What is this? I don't know why people don't go. Could be a bad idea. Styled it, I think that's what they call. And this is why this game not particularly the most well suited, because apparently you can just snipe across the entire map, which don't think is how this game was originally intended, to be honest with you. But, you know, what is that? Okay, fair enough, I get it. You didn't want to be in this game. I have no idea if the little rounds can go that far, like whether they just kind of suck when it comes to that. Right, it's time to sort of. Yeah, go to the same spot as me. Yeah, the reason why I'm coming over here is because you can get side shots on everyone that's trying to go to the original spots, because obviously they don't work that well. Because of the fact that, you know, everyone can see you from across the map, and as soon as they can do that, they're just gonna be ruining your day. I mean, you can see here. I have no idea. Oh, they do! I was not expecting that, you know. I did not expect them to be able to actually deal damage from that far away. That's kind of nice. Corelli has the same problem. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of maps in the game that don't really suit the Cold War game mode. They probably kind of messed it up a little bit. Not that it's terrible, but yeah, I definitely think that there are some for sure problems. I just wanted the tracking assist. I don't think this is legal, surely. That is some disgusting things I'm witnessing. You don't have a 9-skill commander. You know, this was something I think someone said in a comment on one of the videos recently, about they want to see me play with no commanders or equipment. I mean, I'll do it. I'm sure I can still have good games. It's just not going to be very fun. if you come up against someone that knows what they're doing. Like, anyone can, you can probably beat 95% of players playing like without equipment and stuff like that, if you're good enough. But if you come up against someone that knows what they're doing, then yeah, I mean, you're just gonna lose, because it's a statistical advantage. But I have no problems with playing like free to play, not using premium ammunition. I mean, a lot of the time I don't necessarily use that much premium ammunition. Not for the win rate that I have. Like when you get to the win rate that I'm at, a lot of the time the next kind of levels are that you are just using everything completely meta. If you want to get to like 70% win rate, like a lot of the time it is that you will just have to fire premium, because it's just better in every way most of the time, unless of course you're in a specific tank which the premium ammunition isn't better. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely down to play some tanks that aren't using all of the crew skills, because it's an unfair reflection. Sometimes certain tanks can be way better if you've got a skilled crew than they can be without. So yeah, no, I truly I get that. Right. God, my mechanical keyboard is so loud. That's the one negative of having a mechanical keyboard. I don't know if you guys play much on PC, or if you have a PC or anything like that. But yeah, it's just so loud. Which is a blessing and a curse. What are you doing? I actually have no idea why people just come over here. I don't know what they're expecting. Kind of got lucky to bounce off of them. Took off your 9 skill crew off of your Brask and had the best game that you had. Yeah. See, it's not everything, but it is a statistical advantage, so, you know, you are more likely to do better if you have all of the things that can make you do better. 800k silver. Oh, I love it. Love to hear it. Do I just go? I'm feeling like I just go. I'm feeling it. I'm loving this. I love how fast it is as well. So good when you can get up from behind someone. Don't take that out of context. I know what you guys are like. Calm down. Calm down. Oh, I was kind of hoping the team would come this way. Doesn't look like they want to. Of course they bounce. You can guarantee if I auto-aim that would have gone through. Unfortunately not. I reckon we come up, we put one into this guy, we swap. Oh, never mind. I think we'll just come from behind this guy. The good thing I always find with this. I love it. Well, apparently you can't pen the rear. Calm down, calm down. I know it's getting a little bit freaky around here. Hey there. The Leo 2 AV is also a fun tank. Yeah, I've heard the Leo 2 AV is a bit broken on Cold War, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, probably hitting the counterbat. Maybe I was loading HE. I always end up loading yeah, of course I was. That'll be why. I was loading HE with the small gun. Man, my switching is it's got to be better. I always end up doing that. Fuming. Oh well, doesn't matter. It's because I always try and swap back to my normal ammo, and then end up accidentally picking the wrong one. When do they drop the season pass for 4K gold? Oh, you think that they will unleash another one? And the other guy went the other way. It's not ideal. You really don't care to skip the 25 levels? Yeah. I think it's just that it's almost like they're giving you the premium tank and then they're just gonna give you 25 levels because it's like, have a nice little additional extra. I don't think that they're necessarily thinking people will buy it just for the additionals. I think that they've kind of said, well, we're giving you a huge discount on the premium tank anyway, for like 4,000 gold additional to get a premium tank and 25 levels. So I doubt that they'll have like a reduced price that doesn't have the season pass levels. In my opinion, I think that they just threw those in as like an extra incentive for you to buy the next level of season pass. In my opinion. But the Farad is my new favourite. The screen is flashing again. I have no idea why. Well, apparently that's not working. I don't know if that's done anything to it. Touch wood. Touch wood. It may have just been a setting, you know. Maybe I was just being... This whole time where we've had problems, and if it was just a setting, I'm gonna be very angry. Well, not angry, but I'll be pleased that I've solved it. Yeah, the Forad is your new favourite. Yeah, I'm loving this tank. I'm thinking we could maybe get into playing some custom games at some point. Because I want to show... we probably won't do like a huge custom games thing, but I'm thinking at the end of the stream we'll play like 2 games and test out the new map, where it's just a first come, first serve basis. I'm thinking. So you guys can get involved at the end of the stream. I think that would be cool. Right. I always forget I can actually see people in this. Oh, I hit him. Oh, we tracked him as well. Okay. Oh, well, 1,000 assists for literally doing absolutely nothing. I always love it. Wouldn't be like me to get lucky, would it? Right. Ugh, the heat rounds are so slow. That's the problem with having heat in Cold War, is that everything's so fast, and also the fact that you get... Sucks to honestly have uh-oh. Oh, he did actually move at the end. I thought I was big braining there. Apparently not. What do you guys want to see next on the stream? If you have any tanks or you want me to review certain tanks, let me know, and I'll put them in there, and we can play them. I'm more than happy to play, do some like tank requests and stuff like that. Not as bad as the recoilless on the NM, or the M113. You want me to play the Death Star? Uh-oh. There we go. Getting that silver. The Cold War meta coming in very, very clutch. I don't mind it. Don't mind if I do. How much did we make? I don't think I've put ×2 silvers on this. Oh no, I have. So this tank absolutely sucks for making silver, which is disappointing. What, 204,000? I want me to play the Death Star. Play the Death Star. It's been a while since I've played this as well, so it should be interesting. I have no idea. We'll give this boy a go. See what it's like. Oh, I'm an idiot. Action X. Let's get that camo on. I think what would trigger most people is having a horrendous camo. I'm sure people would love to see this, right? You guys want to see disgusting camo. Turan with filthy hash. Right, let's get some of this in here. Play the FE4211 and see if they slowed it down. Yeah, we can do that in a little bit. I'm down to do that. You've got the Turan with the filthy hash. Does that? I'm assuming it gets hash. That could be kind of cool. What was the event What did recently where you were able to get 800 to 900k silver with the silver boost in Cold War? Are you on about the silver with interest? Because I was able to get like 3 million silver in one game. I think that was the most I've got, like 3.8 million or something ridiculous. I could really do with that right now. I'm poor. I am a very poor bloke on World of Tanks. Obviously, I'm a millionaire outside of World of Tanks, definitely. Yeah, dear. I wish. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, so it was like an event where you could if you got 1,000 XP, you'd get like 100% silver or 50% silver for every 1,000 XP that you got. And it's stacked, so if you got like 3,000 XP in a game, you get 150% more silver. But if you put ×5 silver boost, ×5 XP boost, you would essentially get ×5 XP and 2.5 times silver, like actual 2.5 times silver. So it's equivalent to like 350. Can you not sit behind me, please? You're broken enough as it is. You don't need to break my tank now. No, AVRE, you little absolute rat bag, man. Let me guess, they're in a platoon, are they? No, there's just a million of them. Tiger, don't actually make me laugh. Okay, you did. So I guess you can go back to the garage. Don't take kindly to that. That's why I love the Death Star. The ultimate. The pinnacle. Right, boy, can you just push VKK? There's literally like 4 of us here waiting for you to move. Just go. It's a half health Panzer 7, the worst version of you. Just go. Go. I'm not pushing you, I'm just telling you. Go forward, man. Just know this player has... Like, can we go now, please? I beg of you. I'm getting bored. No one wants to see you. Literally can't. Oh, I'm firing AP. I am, how they say, terrible at the game. I don't know what the delay on the stream is, but I think there's probably more of a delay that... Oh, this guy's going to go for me. Can't wait. Love it. Oh. Oh well. You can't win them all. And you can't win against the AVRE, so I'm not going to even try. Especially when you've got literally top tier heavy tanks that won't move. Like, that's pretty good. I don't know what he's trying there. Why didn't I aim? Don't need to aim. That's for weaklings. I'm only joking. I hate playing this tank though. I absolutely despise it. I find it boring. But I'll do it. Just for you. Do I think the Minotauro is going to be good? Absolutely not. I think it's going to be awful, to be honest with you. Given the current state of Italian tanks on the game, absolutely not. I think it's going to be very bad, to be honest with you. Oh, look. It's the Cold War warrior, Ricky, come in to jump in. Of course, we were on stream on the Wargaming stream this week. So maybe you tuned in on Tuesday. But I am very good. I'm very good. Right then, what do we do here? Cold War Warrior, yeah. The worst of the worst, the Cold War Warrior. I think we should start some YouTube beef, Ricky. You know what? I think you're rubbish at the game. I think you're terrible. I hope you get rammed by an IS-7 for full health. Oh wait, you don't get those in Cold War. Oh, you've got to do it, haven't you? I've got to give the enemy team a chance, at least a little bit of a chance. Okay. That was awful. Outspotting the light tanks. Don't mind if I diddly do. They do call the AVRE a light tank, to be fair. Yeah, I'd be a little bit scared of going there too if I were you. A 430. Thing is, the bit that I don't like about this. Look who's playing the AVRE. Exactly. One of the absolute gods of the game. That's what it is. No, I just don't. I hate this tank, man. Both playing up against it and playing it. Make a video of the bar on Westfield. I dare you. Do you hate me? It's just so fun. It must be so fun being a chisel to literally do nothing wrong, but you know, some idiot decides to splash on the spaced armor of your tank and still do 500, and then can't actually be hit again, so he'll just wait and then wait until he can come over again, do the exact same thing and maybe pen you. Oh look, 467. Don't worry, you can't hit him yet either, so... I bet this guy's having so much fun. Oh, and by the way, you can actually pen that tank as well. Oh, why am I being cocky, man? It's all going back down. I hate this tank, man. It's just, it is boring. It's a boring tank both for the person you're dealing with and to play. Genuinely, I'm not a fan. I don't know why they made this tank, like, as fast. Or just, I don't know why they made this tank. I'm dreading what's going to happen with the rocket launching tier 6 that Wargaming are bringing in. You know, the other one. I can't remember what it's called. I want to say it's like the... I don't actually have the Weasel. So I would play it, but I don't actually own it, so I can't. Do have the other broken light tank in Cold War. Oh yeah, the Gallipoli. Yeah, the one with the Calliope? I don't know. You know the one. It's basically a missile launching Sherman. That's the one I'm actually dreading because, yeah, I mean it's just gonna be. It's not gonna be fun. Should do a bit of randomizer, shall we? I swear, I always play the Manticore on stream. People always asking me to play this tank. I have no idea why either. It's got like no damage per minute, which kind of sucks. Yeah, pre-nerf Armadillo. Yeah, that was Not fun. And of course we get a pretty rubbish map for playing this tank. And on the worst side as well. I'm surprised this doesn't just fall over frontways. With the weight of the gun. Just fall, just scraping along the floor. Go the hill. Nah. I'm gonna go in the centre. I usually go here. When I play in a light tank on this map. Play the tier 2 T7. No thank you. Peter, I'm liking that. Well, I'm not liking that, but... oh dear. World War II. 116 Panzerjäger is also broken. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I saw that tank from the beginning and was like, nah, this thing's going to be horrible. Oh, well, now we have horrible damage. No one's going to hit these guys. And the one thing I hate about here is I can already tell you, this Sheridan, he's just going to come. I can almost guarantee it. That at some point during this game, he's going to go, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to go. And, like, completely not worth it for him. But they honestly just YOLO you here. And I have no idea why, because it's never worth it. No, I didn't get that shot right. Maybe he won't YOLO, he's on absolutely no health. And of course, oh, don't worry. Someone else finished him. Turn my God mode on. Nah, the God mode, I have to ask Wargaming for that. They haven't turned it on today. It's not on today, so they told me it should come in the next couple of days. It will arrive at my house, and then I have to like wear it on my wrist, and then I'll have God mode. It's like a, it's like a watch, and that's how you become good at the game. So you have to wear a watch, and then you have to jump on one foot, and then wear a tinfoil hat, and become a CC, and that is how you have good games. You heard it here first. I'm not supposed to tell you that as well, by the way. So, count you, one of the 116 people watching, just know that you've been privy to some very, very highly confidential information. Oh no. It's almost time to go over. Where do you sign up for the bracelet and 4 hat? My friend, that is a it's classified information, but just for you, I'll send it 9th class in the post, because apparently that's the only way you can get it delivered, and it will arrive in the next 7 years. So you've just got to hope that this game is still running, or maybe not hope that this game is still running, depending on how you feel about it. What is an E100 doing there? Getting spotted for the first time as well, may I add. What's he been doing all game? Oh dear. That is some shady stuff right there. Maybe I should start a merch for tinfoil hats, like a cotton hat that's the look of a tinfoil one, and that way you guys can get the RNG like I have. As you can probably tell, it's worked very well. Oh, look. Yay. The Centurion didn't aim properly, but he still took away, like, just over half my health on a non-penning shot. I love it. It's one of the best features of this game. This E100, like, what are you doing, man? Does anyone actually want to move out of base? I feel like I'm turning into... The mood has gone downhill significantly since playing the Manticore. And the AVRE. The AVRE's ruined everything. It's like Jar Jar Binks in the Star Wars. I'm at that point where I'm like, I just want a YOLO now. It's got to that low point. Good turret armor, guys. Good turret armor on the Centauro. You can get hold down. Don't worry, it has turret armor. It's really good turret armor as well, like, may I like to add. Like, boys, what are you still doing here? You want to move? No one has any balls in this game, I feel like. Like, they're all like, oh no, I don't want to move, and then they like survive for like half the game doing no damage because then they're nowhere near anyone, and then get ruffle stomped anyway, so they end up with a terrible game. So it's like, and they've also not got the experience to learn anything from the game of being in a 1 versus 1 scenario. So it's like, if you want to get better, it's probably best to just fail your way at the front line. I'm not talking about YOLOing through the middle of the map, but a lot of people just camp too much to the point where they think that they're doing something really good for the team, and they may have that one game where the enemy team are just absolutely terrible and they YOLO into this one person. So they think that the one spot that they've had a good game in is actually a viable spot. It happens all the time. And you see it as well, because like you see players that are in the most ridiculous spot, but because the enemy team are just being silly, they end up coming away with a win. In the theme of toxic tanks, I suppose we can play the Tyran now, since we've gone full meta. I suppose it's the natural progression. I really am silver poor. Yes, I am. It's because I bought all of the tanks. So all of the tank reviews I do, I have to buy everything. Because I don't get, like on PC, they get like a press account which they can play if they don't own any of the tanks, and they can earn, or they get like the silver and stuff like that. On console, we don't have anything like that. So every single tank I have to review, I have to have it, so grind it. And also I have to get the silver to buy it, and also remember I have to then equip equipment on every tank that I have. So it's 1.5 million silver just on the equipment, so times that by like 600 tanks or whatever I've got. Well, I mean, what's that? Like, I don't know, 900 million silver just on equipment on the tanks that I have. Plus the tanks, probably on average like 2.5 million, so you're looking at another like 1.1 billion or something like that. So like you're probably looking at 2 billion silver nearly on tanks, just for tank reviews. So yeah, I am poor, and I'm continuously poor, because as soon as I get silver I'm like, I can buy more tanks and equip them with equipment, and then literally 10 minutes later I've gone from 40 million down to like 1 million left. So yeah, I do try and capitalise on the sales though, so when they are like 50% off or 30% off. So yeah. grind it in a week. Yeah, I don't play Cold War though, so that's even more of a problem. I will if I'm like super poor and I just need some silver to get a tank review done. But for the most part, I don't really play Cold War, so. It's not looking all too hot right now. So yeah, content creation is not a cheap game, may I like to say. Especially if you're like wanting to buy premium tanks as well, like it's very expensive for what, well, because obviously, yeah, I mean, it is just super. Sorry, can I get a replay? Was that 1,100 on a standard round? Seems pretty balanced to me. Don't see why this tank. Why people say this. Look, I understand that you're a terrible little Sheridan, but don't make me kill you in a second. I know you're a little tusk, sat over here somewhere. Do you think that you're gonna get away with it? Because I don't think so. I know where your traces are. Oh, he's actually up in the little spot. That's kind of boring. Don't think you can out-alpha this tank. Someone's taking him out. It's unfair. How is this tank having 950 alpha with a 12-second reload? You tell me. You tell me. Look at the... Just think, the auto-reloading medium tank has almost the same alpha as the other tank, as the Tyran. No, not alpha. Has the same reload, almost. And that's with the best reload when you're using the auto-reloader. This tank is very hard to play as well, having got like 300 pen on its standard rounds. It's so difficult to play. I'm thinking we'll play the i7 now. I'm feeling a little bit ready for some YOLO action. It's probably going to end up badly. Oh, Teak, you're in the chat. I did not see you. I was wondering why someone was saying Teak. You're both in here, both you and Ricky. I don't know if Ricky is anymore, or if you are still, but yeah. The IS-7 is still probably more OP when it's rushing you. You reckon? What, than the Tyran? Or are you on about... Lance Corporal Rookie? Do an MTV Cribs review on the CC's houses and developers' houses. Bro. You can have an MTV thing of my house. It's pretty lackluster, to be honest with you. It's a 3-bed. And remember, the developers aren't the ones that make the money. They're employed, by the way. It's the owners of Wargaming that make the money. The devs just do the work and get told what to make. The community managers tell them what they think what the community think is terrible, and then doesn't usually get listened to. It's actually the owners of and the people like the directors that make the financial decisions and get paid the most. So it's definitely not the devs. There's not enough YOLO potential in this. Right then. Artie, can you just leave me alone for one game? I would be very much obliged. I know you've honestly got a inferiority complex, but you know you don't have to focus me for the entire game. It's not that personal. I'm an idiot. Artie, please leave me alone. Sneak inside the CEO's house like a vanguard. Please don't do that. I wouldn't recommend. Is that 2 fires in one game? Look, Artie, please leave me alone. What are they anyway? 155. I mean, that's not going to do any damage. That was what must have hit me for like 50. Pershing. You want to get set on fire too. Ah, can only get so far. Look, this Artie is still aiming. Is it someone from the stream or something? Because honestly, I wouldn't be aiming at an IS-7 if I was in an Artie, by the way. Like, that is a bad decision. But what isn't a bad decision is the Leopard 1 ramming into it. This is going to be very nice. Uh-oh. Oops. That kind of sucks. Oh, look, an Emil too. Hello there, my friend. Thing is that you can't actually clip me right now. But you have ammo at me, which is completely not fair. I don't think you should be able to do that, Mr. Emil. That's a bit unfair. Hey there. How's it going? Nice. I'll hit you on the move. That's exactly... No. This art is going to have no damage. Honestly, he's going to have done like 10 damage in this game. Oh, he's trying to run. There he is, look. The little ratty. Go on, I dare you. Now I'm not Amarak, mister. I just want to ram this guy. Or I want to get the Artie. Either way, I'm happy. I'm happy if one of those two things happens. Artie, just go away. Or what about both? What about both? No! Skoda, you gotta leave him alone. What do you think of the Panhard EBR? It's okay. I don't think it's anything special. I'm not a big fan of the wheeled light tanks, to be honest. Eclipse, yeah, the Panhard EBR, not a particularly big fan. I found it a little bit mediocre. It's okay. But, yeah. I'm not a big fan of the wheeled vehicles on console. They did get nerfed quite a lot, which is nice because you do not want the wheel vehicles. It's because they're kind of hard to control on console, which is nice because yeah, like I say, you don't want an overpowered one rolling around. Dukeler Pass. It's one of my my favourites. I feel like the only thing I don't like about the wheel vehicles is you never actually can pen. Typing in aimbot. I don't know what you're on about. I don't need to type that in. That's just already applied to my account. So I don't need the to type anything for that. It's the same as I've put the RNG to 100%, so I hit every shell as well. That was what I was doing. 100, definitely. I know you're joking, by the way. It's still fun to have a tyre magically absorb. I can guarantee you won't be able to repair a tyre when it's been hit by a 152mm AP shell. I don't think there's any repairing that. I also don't think that you'd have a chassis left as well. In fact, I don't think you had much of a tank left either. My screen's frozen? Oh, not again. I swear this happens every time. There we go. We're back. I think I've figured out what it is, or what it has, why it's doing what it is, which means I can probably now search online to figure out how to actually solve it, because before I had no idea why it was doing it, and so trying to find out how to solve something you have no idea what's causing is a pain. So it should be all good now. Oh look, an FV. Love that tank. We've started as we mean to go on. The art is on me again. He's obviously got a little bit of a passion. I hate shooting at the Oh, Teak, if you're here, there's shots being fired, my friend. God. I know it's only a joke, by the way. What have we got going on then? Hello there, mister. Right, can we punish the guy that's sat behind, please? No? No? Don't fancy it? Oh, this is tedious. I've lost all my health because there's literally one tank behind. This guy's gonna... Ugh. Come on, get down the ridge line. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. It's not ideal. I love not having any map control. It's always my favourite. I swear I've just been high rolling in this, you know. Kind of feels a little bit dirty. Alright, it's time to leave. Do I have controlled impact on my IS-7 Commander? Yeah, I do, yeah. This is a full ramming build, so it isn't the competitive IS-7, so to say. But it makes for a hell of a ram. I'm just hoping... I love being the IS-7 light tank in the game. It's always my favourite bit. How am I bouncing? Getting unlucky. What is that shot? He literally hit my tip. And took out my driver. Brilliant. I was wondering why I was so slow. God. Oh, there's a Chile player in the game. Who's the Chile player? E4. Well, we've lost. I think. I don't think there's any way of coming out of this alive. Funnily enough. Yeah, there's a tortoise. There's one. What do you mean, my facial expression? Says it all, and that I was doing it on purpose. I don't know what you mean. Don't know what you're on about. Best ram I've seen was a KV4 versus a Mouse. Honest Gaming dove a KV4 off the cliff on Overlord and took out a full health Mouse. In a custom game, of course. You should, I tell you what, you should have a look at the most recent PC video that I've done. Because there's probably something that can... rival it, but it was actually in a game, and I was buckled. I was absolutely gone. I was crying with laughter. But it was a KV5 jumping on a Type 4 heavy, and there was 3 of us in a platoon, because on PC I usually platoon with my mates, because they play that game. They don't play console. But there was 3 of us in the KV5 platoon, and we were being like stupid, basically just YOLOing in, and he jumped off the cliff on I want to say Overlord, and managed to full health. Oh, not full health, but like probably like 4/5 health a Type 4 heavy. Let's just say the Type 4 heavy was not happy. It's been a while since I played this tank. We'll jump in it. But I would recommend actually having a look at that. It is on the second channel. I have got it linked in the chat, I think. So you should be able to see that if you're interested in seeing something similar. But yeah, I have seen Honest Gaming's videos in the ramming KV5 where he like gets pushed around by an FCM50T. Oh, by the way, Canadian, you were thinking of buying a premium as a gift. I would definitely get... What tank would I get if I had to get a premium at tier 8? I'd probably get something like the Ragnarok, but that's not available, I don't think. That's a difficult one, I think. What do you guys recommend as a tier 8 premium? What would you pick? The Panzerjäger. That's a good one as well. Very good. Just depends what you like playing though, I feel like sometimes. Draugans 50% off, that's a good one. You thought you were smart and had my T-71 Lycan under a Type 4's gun. I AVRE'd and ended up dropping his turret on me. That's World of Tanks in a nutshell. I can just tell it was a I could just tell, like, you're having like a smug face for the beginning, like and then the turret lands on you and you're like, oh, well, that's not fun. The amount of times I've done stupid stuff like that. And it always goes badly. My friend artillery is lying around here in wait again. Yeah, the Draugan has like a tier 10 gun basically. Not literally a tier 10 gun, but it is very, very good. Like, STB, what are you doing? Like, are you just happy? A happy player? I don't know what you were aiming for there. It's time to leave because the enemy team have won that flank. You don't want to be sat over where I am right now. For the pure reason that there are only so many YOLOers you can defend against. Before each one of them takes a little bit of your hit points with them. I should probably do a review of the Draugan since it's on offer. And it is actually really fun to play. So maybe that'll be a video coming soon. Need to get back into the swing of getting all of the daily videos back on track. Because I used to like batch upload, but I've been a bit lazy recently. Don't worry. Lazy no more. CR7 just coming. He is. Oh, no, no, no. Oh. I love this game. What are you gonna do? Yeah, that was really fun. You can honestly go away as well. I'm only after you, AVRE. Not really interested in this guy. I'll hit him if I have to. Bro's given up. He's like, nah, I can't be asked with that guy. I've bounced off him a few times. What are you doing, my dude? Oh. 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 I don't know what the hell. What is going on? Okay, okay, right, okay. I think we got a little bit lucky there, you know. Just the YOLO wagon autoloaders. Could have got that guy as well. I don't know what that IS-7 was doing. I think he was confused that I tracked him. I had the brain capacity to actually try and track him. I think it kind of messed with his brain right there. See, YOLO doesn't always work. We'll play the Draugan. I'll do a full review of the tank though, so you guys can actually know what it's like. I know you probably already know what it's like, but you might be able to see what sort of setup, because I run a different setup. Am I only playing competitive tanks? No, I'm just playing whatever you guys want me to be honest with you. I'm happy to play basically anything within reason. If I have it on my account, I'll play pretty much anything. It's just you guys have been wanting tanks like this. So on this tank I'm running like a spotting build. I don't go with rammer on this, which is actually something you could choose. But this, you definitely want vert stabs on because it's not got particularly good accuracy. But I also like having the fact that it's fast and has good camo when you use the camo net. Because on console, camo net works regardless of any tank that you, whether you're moving or not. Whereas on like something like PC, if you're using a camo net, you have to be stationary, and so it's basically pointless in using. Whereas on this, it's always active, so it just reduces your camo. Different tank classes get different effects of the camo, so a heavy tank doesn't get anywhere near as of an effect from using the camo. A tank destroyer and a light tank get the best effect, I want to say, and then a medium tank gets good effect, or maybe the light tanks gets the most, then it's the medium and tank destroyers with the same. So yeah. And it's the same with advanced optics. It's available all of the time, so it doesn't matter whether you're moving or stationary. So when you combine the advanced optics and also the camo, you basically become 10% more view range, so 10% you can spot people better, which means that anyone that's coming to try and find you, you're going to be able to spot them 10% further away, and also the fact that you're then 10% more hidden, so you're effectively 20% better in terms of being able to remain hidden, and you have that extra buffer zone where you can fire without getting spotted in this compared to something else, which yeah, I feel like is very valuable in a tank like this that doesn't really have that much armor, but is mobile enough to kind of reposition and stuff, which is why I like using this. Yeah, the net did used to work like it, but since update 6.0 and when they changed all of the perks and crew skills, it all changed. You wonder though, because you still hear the camo net activation sound? I actually have no idea. I don't think that... It might just be a bug. There's someone in the bush. What do you reckon? Oh dear. All that effort of fully aiming and it just goes absolutely nowhere near the centre of the circle. Just what you want. I have no idea why all of the team is still in the base right now. Genuinely not a good idea. You don't get the sound. Yeah, I don't get the sound either of the camo net activating. I don't know. This guy should be gone. I'm an idiot, you know. He should actually not be alive right now. I'll let him survive. I was not expecting this many people to be here, to be honest. What is their team doing? Oh no, this is so bad. Oh god.
Bail out. This vehicle's had it.
To be fair, I didn't really want to have a good game this game. I had as Quickie Baby would say, I had high impact there. I was being high impact. We'll win the game now. As I always like to say, in the most broken tanks, the only way you can get taken out is by yourself, so... I'm such an idiot, man. Don't let me near an Evel Knievel stunt, that's all I'm saying. I don't think it'd go very well. What do we want to play now? You know what? We're going to play a tank that no one honestly talks about. And that I actually kind of like. I actually like this tank. KV4. Honestly, it's a bit of a good one. You want me to play the Batchat? I'll play one game in the Batchat. We'll see how it goes. Love to see someone good showing how it's done. You know me. You know me. I'm insane. I might have a 61% win rate, but and that 39% when I lose, that's actually when I just fly into rocks and stuff. Yeah, 14 seconds of air. How in the world do you actually manage that? I'm surprised. On what map? You jump off a... I don't even know. I don't know what you could jump off of. As a person with less skill, should I go IS3 or ISM line? Out of the two, IS3. ISM just sucks. It doesn't have armor, and it's also just a worse tank. Yeah. The IS3, the ISM up to the 705A is not good. I did not like that tank. Not that it's awful, but it wasn't great. Stuka, I think I have a video. Let me link you one in the chat if you're after an updated crew skills guide that will kind of go through like tank destroyers, mediums, not every single one, but like a generic guide for crew skills. Let me have a look. I think I've got one. Is it perks? I can't remember what I titled it, you know. I don't know if it's... Have I got terrible shell velocity on this? It'd be like bouncing off an AVRE, would it? Just trying to track this guy. Never mind. I will link you. I think that this is the link. To the video. Hopefully you should be able to log on or go on to that. I don't know why I said log on, just watch it. That should be like a crew skills guide. I think it goes through all of the perks, etc., which ones are good and which ones I may not necessarily pick, and like a various different combinations of ones. Come on. I need someone that has heat. This is where the Batchat kind of sucks, you know. Getting hit across the map. Blind as well. Perfect. Wait, do I not have a crew? Did I put a crew in this? I don't know. He might have done a silly thing when what first released Alpha on 360. I chose the British heavy line, but my first line was the German TDs. As in, like the intuition skill. Yeah, we don't have it's a. It's like the equipment, isn't it? Rather than having the skill. Tusk is now regretting his life decisions. I knew he was going to do that. Batchat is just not... Batchat is not a good sniper at all. I'm thinking I would have been spotted there. I did. Do any of you watch World of Tanks? PC content creators, like, I have no idea. Like, is there a lot of people that are interested in it? Like, I don't know. I'm just like curious from a perspective of someone that does watch quite a bit of content. Yeah, quickie baby. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like I was just interested because do you guys watch people like Skill or anything like that? Myland and Mazakrubat. I never know how to pronounce it. I hesitated. It's probably sounding much worse than if I just said it. Yeah. Honest Gaming Klaus Jingles when he used to play. Ah, Jingles, what an absolute... What a boy. Yeah, I primarily watch people like Skill, and yeah, Honest Gaming, just because I think it's funny. I love his ramming streams when he just decides to play the KV5. It's always a good laugh. Klaus. Yeah, I'm just. I like how there's so many different content creators that people watch. I always like it when people collab as well. I really want to get Skill on Xbox. I want to buy him an Xbox so he can play. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be funny. He'd be like, "What the hell is this?" I'm sorry this has been a very boring game of this. You watch him for his tank reviews, just not his live streams. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people would do that, to be honest. Or find that. But I don't want to start any beef. I was just wondering what you guys actually who you guys watch and stuff. RNG. I hate that. No to ram. I'm gonna have to go in a minute. Custom games, yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably play some custom games in after this. My throat's kind of hurting, you know, because I've been... Now, calm down. Don't take this down a dodgy route. But, yeah, I'm definitely been not feeling it too great recently. Oh, I'm becoming the Batchat player that got me in the last game. Auto aiming. This time it's not working though, because of course. I did watch that, by the way, Kevin. I didn't think he said anything that wasn't like kind of. You could, like, I mean, if you, I think most people already knew that. But obviously he hasn't like defended himself, so I don't know. What tank line would you recommend for someone who enjoys playing the Centurion tanks? The Leopard 1 line, 100%, because they're kind of similar. They're not 100% similar, but they play in the sort of same genre, I guess, of not really having that much armor, but a very consistent gun. So yeah, just Campenberg at its true finest. I hate this map. Almost able to actually get the E50 there. Patton line would be good. Yeah, that's another good one. Oh, it's one of those times. We just kind of have to wait out. I think it's time to go. The Turan's obviously moved. I can clip this E50 if I'm not an idiot. He proceeds. No, Tusk. Do you have to be the tank that's left? Oh, I forgot about you. I thought he'd left the flank. That's annoying. Oh well. Honestly, got tusked right in the backside. I'm getting there on the seasons. I have no idea what we're like on the season challenges. Right. Now it is time to set up a custom game. So if you're on the game right now, you can join me in game because I want to showcase off the new map. Because I don't know if this actually is the new map or if this is Vineyards. I'm assuming that they've just got the wrong image. Either way, you can jump in. We can play some custom games if you're interested. I'll wait a little bit. I'll just answer questions if you guys have got any questions or anything that you want to ask me. Doesn't even have to be World of Tanks related. Oh, I'm feeling ill, you know. In order to join, all you have to do is go to the main menu of World of Tanks, click on Custom Games, and you will see my lobby there. So you can just jump in. If you're interested, of course. Is it selected on Cold War, is it? I am feeling like it is ramming time. So yeah, I don't know how many of you actually want to jump in, but I'll leave it open. Maybe I should pick a faster tank. Yeah, Rammer Type 5, that's what I was considering, just picking a faster tank. And what is faster than the T50-2? Want to have a look around this map, see what it's all about. Right. I think we're almost there in terms of tanks wise. Maybe I'll play the T100 LT. Right, if everyone can ready up, if you're ready, we'll go in, see what this new map is all about, if it actually is good or not. Gregor's. Hi everyone, how to make one-time donation? I see only options for cycle donations. I think there's just like a... what are you on about? Are you as in donate in the game or to the stream? Because to the stream it's there should just be an icon that you can use. Like a little monetization icon, I think. I don't know. Ah. Yeah, it's just like there should just be like a little dollar sign underneath the stream, I think, from what I can remember. And it just allows you to like put a super chat or something, I think it's called. Right. If you guys can ready up, if you're in the game. Otherwise, I will get rid of anyone so we can actually jump in. Yeah, ideally no taking each other out for the beginning, and then obviously it's then just a free-for-all. I just want to have a look at the map, see what you guys think, and obviously get your opinions in the chat as well, if you're interested. Right, I should probably set the lobby as private now. We're going to get Italian TDs. Yes, on the 23rd of May, I believe, based on their news article that they've released. So, I don't know if this guy's picking a tank, but we'll just go. There we go. Otherwise, we'll be here for years just trying to get in. Okay, so. Oh, they have changed the map. So it seems like this area is all changed, like the middle, where the rocks all are. I think. I'd like to see the double barrels, but I don't think they're going to come. Wargaming keeps saying that they're going to do them, but like they honestly said that they'd be coming soon, like 3 years ago. Maybe even longer, like 4 years ago. So I just think that it's difficult for them to do, so they're not going to bother. Obviously, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for Wargaming. I have no idea what they're actually doing, but from what I can see, I very rarely. Though, I just don't think they're going to do it. Okay, so there's a lot of flat grounds, which, as a starter, not particularly fond of. A lot of... Oh my word. Gregors, thank you very much for the $100. I'm not actually sure what that is, you know. 100 PLN. Is it Poland? Yeah. There's... I don't even want to... I don't know how you pronounce it. Zloty? Thank you very much, Gregors. Much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my word. Wow. You've blown up my brain at the moment. Okay. Map-wise, then. Are these... That's not destructible, is it? I'm not a fan of the flat area. 25 USD. Okay. I see. Well, thank you very much for the $25 or... but however much it is. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Okay. So it looks like... I feel like one spawn is just going to be terrible, though. Like, the spawn that we started at, like, in order to move out the base, there's, there's just loads of flat ground. So, like, one side gets all of the hills, which is the red side on the map that we've got here. And the other side is, like, flat ground galore. Maybe they're hoping that people are going to go to the beach at the beginning? I have no idea, but... like... I don't know whether this is going to be. Like... I have a funny feeling that one side is going to be a little one-sided. Maybe they're intending people to actually go over to the containers, maybe, over here. I don't really know. But I would assume so. Considering that there's a little bit more cover over there. If you spawn on the green side, I'm assuming people go over there. I don't know how effective going here is going to be. I suppose you can get hold down, maybe, against people. Maybe it'd be good, but it seems a little open. I have no idea. I think it's one of those where like the game's not really like polished entirely, so it's difficult to know what they're gonna actually do. But like, I mean, look at all of the flat area here. This is the cap circle, by the way. So the amount of openings that you can get to the cap circle is yeah, it seems like a lot on this side. I don't know about the other side though. Like the red cap circle. It looks like you've got some like actual hilly areas around it, which might make it a little bit more difficult to decap. Oh, it is unfinished. This is like just they're basically testing the actual get. Okay. Oh, I had a 5-minute game. Ah, well. I need a faster tank. I will. So you guys can join. I'll just pick a the original one that we're gonna use. Kappas must be destroyed. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like it's hard to judge a community map, you know. But it like I actually really liked Vineyard, so I don't want to be critical of what it's going to turn out like, because at the end of the day, my thing is that you can't really get a proper test of a map unless you just release it. Like, they should probably just release this into the matchmaker. I feel like. For like maybe a weekend. Maybe not like the entire week or like a long time. But like, or maybe even just for like a day. I feel like 2 days or 3 days is probably better, because you'll get more of an idea of what the map's all about. Because otherwise, like, you're not really going to know what it's really going to be like. You can, like, theory craft as much as you want about how it's going to play out, but you never really know. Not entirely. If you're in the game, if you've ready up, we can go in then. But yeah, what do you guys think about the new one? Are you interested in it? The new map? No, it's the map isn't in random queue. By the way. Right. Hopefully. Just waiting for these two people to ready up. Hopefully. They're already up soon. If you're in the game, please ready up. There we go. Nice. Yeah, this one will. I just want to get to the other cap circle, and then I want to find out what the cover is like over there, and then we can just play however you want to play afterwards, if that's okay. Because I just want to see what the other cap circle is like, because this one just seems. Maybe it's like easy to defend because people can go up here if you're on the defensive side, so you get a lot of cover. I mean, it's going to be harder to cap this one, I think, than the other one. Just off of like what the terrain looks like. But then pushing out of here at the beginning of the game is probably not the most ideal. The screen is frozen. So straight away, you can see the cap circle has like ridges in it where you can avoid. Like, do you know what I mean? With the other one, it's literally in the most flat area possible. So it's just not going to be fun. I feel like here. I mean, why is there solid cover in this cap circle versus the other one? Like, you can probably just, like, if they're coming from over there, you've got literally, you can sit here and you're going to be fine. Whereas, like, and also, like, you've got this ridge here as well, so I don't quite know what Wargaming are thinking. With the cap circles, because it's actually horrible to have hard cover in the cap. Because the worst thing is, like, you get all the way to base and they're literally sat behind a rock where you have to YOLO in anyway, even more so than you already do because your team don't want to do it. It's like just infuriating. Anyway, we can go if you want. It's free for all time, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to shoot. Uh-oh. Oh gosh. Yeah, exactly. Versus a complete flat on the other. Like, doesn't quite seem too balanced to me, in my humble onion. Yeah, I don't know. Oh Lord. Greg Sausage Roll with the $5 donation. Thank you very much. Thank you, Greg. Both Gregor and Greg's Sausage Roll. Thank you very much. Yeah, it definitely needs a bit of work. I don't think it's perfect. I would, if you're gonna make one cover got hard cover in the cap, you have to make the other one, otherwise it's just not fair. Yeah. Plus, like, you've got a lot of flat ground on one side versus not very much flat ground on the other one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much, Greg, for the $5 donation. I don't think it highlighted a a message, but I appreciate it. And you've been here since the beginning as well. Thank you very much. Much appreciated to everyone. I think we're going to end the stream there. My throat is starting to really hurt because I am a little bit ill, or at least I've got like a sore throat coming on, so hopefully I don't have any illness which will not be named. Fingers crossed. Or any other, to be honest with you. But yeah. Don't forget, there will be the French medium tank full review tomorrow. And of course you can jump back to the beginning of this stream because we played quite a few games and gave my opinion on it. So yeah. I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the stream, and obviously let me know what you want to see next. Thank you guys. Much appreciated.